that you saw Mr. Diamond, the plaintiff in this case. I saw him for the first time, the date of his admission to the downtown hospital on the 27th of April, 1992. That was the day he was injured. Doctor, would you give us a description of his condition at that time? When Mr. Diamond came into the hospital, he was in a condition of what we call surgical shock. The shock was induced by extensive burns that enveloped the entire upper part of his body, including particularly his right arm, the right side of his face and ear, and his right extremities. Doctor, is that the right or the left? I'm sorry, left. He did fairly well for about 24 hours until when, because of the extensive burns and the absorption that comes from them, he lapsed into a coma. You see, the two excretory organs are supplemented by the skin. The skin is worth a kidney and a half. And when the skin is suddenly put out of commission, as it were, by extensive burning, the two kidneys have a little bit more than they can take care of, and it is because of this, the inability to get rid of the toxic product, the kidney is stopped up, and for a period of 24 hours, you pass no urine, and you develop a condition of what we call acute uremia, which is a common complication to extensive types of burns. He remained in this semi-comatose condition for 7 or 8 days, and in the meantime, he was being treated for these burns. The burns were what we call the second and third degree type. The first type being the redness that we get from the sun. The second type is the blistering, and the third degree burns are those wherein the skin is actually destroyed. He had a destruction of skin involving particularly the rim of the ear, the forehead, the front part of the shoulder, the side, and the abdomen. And these areas now are still present, and some of these destructive parts have begun to contract, such as the gluteus maximus. The chief contraction is that in his left arm. The fold of the arm has been so burned that he is unable to raise his arm completely into the erect position. After he was in the hospital for a period until about the 1st of June, about 6 weeks, he went home to be dressed by me at the office for a period of about 2 months. These dressings had to be taken care of daily or on alternate days. At the end of about 3 months, he required a great deal of physiotherapy in order to get his arm into commission again. At the end of December, at which time the treatment was discontinued, he had a residual of permanent scarring, permanent restriction of his left arm, and various other conditions. He has over his left shoulder blade a patch of scar tissue that measures 8 inches long and is 3 inches broad.
That's pretty good, I thought.
Good.